Hey everyone, you're watching Amakhosi for live. Wow, that's some mind-blowing news that happened today, and that's what we're going to talk about. We've got football talkers coming in soon on the channel. They're going to join us at about 5 or 10 minutes. But just want to update you about what's going on. We saw the news about this morning. It broke at about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm not too sure if anybody knows what the news is actually. So I'm just going to read a little bit about what's going on, um, about the press conference that happened after yesterday's draw with Black Leopards. Gavin Hunt dropped a huge bombshell about Samir Nurkovic. I mean, everyone is just, what the hell is going on? The Chiefs has been telling us that he's injured, and we're not sure why. Because Gavin Hunt came out and said, well, for months we've been led to believe that he's injured, but he's not actually injured. He's fine. For the last 2 weeks, apparently, he's been fit to play. That's what they've been saying. So I'm just going to read what the club is. It's Samir Nurkovic returns to training this week. His progress will be monitored and further updates will follow. But according to Times Live, this is a rather go with Times Live and not Sokola Duma and any other publication for now. But Nukovic, Wednesday night, Gavin Hunt said the striker had been fit for about 2 weeks now. Nukovic has been fit for about 2 weeks now, but obviously there are other problems, so that must be sorted out. So I mean, he could play, but let's leave it for another day. And here he is. There's the man. Can you hear me?
How's it, man?
Hey man, how you doing? I'm just telling the people about what's going on. We live right now on YouTube. Say hi to everybody watching Amakhosi for live. I think there's only 2 people for now, but it will grow. It'll grow. This is something new we're trying.
How's it, everyone?
Okay, cool man, cool. So you live here now. I'm sure you heard the crazy things that have been happening this morning about Samir Nurkovic and Kaizer Chiefs.
What happened now? I've been cooked up at work.
As you can see, both of us are still in our work attire. Our Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns things. But anyway, okay, I'm just telling the audience now what's been going on. So social media is a mess. I'm reading the article after Kaizer Chiefs coach Gavin Hunt admitted that injured star Samir Nukovic has been fit to play for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks now, he's been fit to play, but the club is telling us he only returned to training yesterday or the day before, or this week or whatever. Yeah, he only returned to training this week. His progress will be monitored and further updates will follow. But last night, after the draw against Black Leopards, Gavin Hunt went and said he kind of also spoke out of turn. I think he's slowly the peel is starting to come off of Gavin Hunt. At first he is fine.
The real Gavin Hunt is coming out.
Yeah, and now he's like, okay, I can't take it anymore. And so he dropped this bombshell in his press conference last night. He said, Nukovic has been fit for about 2 weeks now, but obviously there are other problems, so that must be sorted out. So, I mean, he could play, but let's leave it for another day. So, I don't know what's going on. So, the striker has previously been linked with a move away from Naturena, with reports in October claiming Nukovic was on his way to Peter Mosemane's Egyptian giants Al Ahly. Mosemane's new club initiated an approach to sign Nukovic, according to another, I think, Egyptian newspaper, but Chiefs shut down the rumors. But now a whole bunch of Kaizer Chiefs fans are saying the club is lying to us. So I just wanted to talk to you about that. I mean, how do you feel about that, hearing that news for the first time?
You know what? Things happening at Kaizer Chiefs at the moment. Look, me, I mean, I don't even have to say it myself. I think a number of people know Gavin Hunt. We know Gavin Hunt from that and Supersport, and he was Gavin Hunt at Kaizer Chiefs initially seemed like the kind of guy that a nice guy, you know. He wants to be liked by everyone, and I'm like, is it really gonna work? He's almost like he went into Kaizer Chiefs also with the mind of
Oh no, I'm stuck.
so he came to Kaizer Chiefs almost like playing Kaizer Chiefs politics, you know,
Mm.
like playing. Sorry, I don't know what's happening with the network. So playing with like you know you have your Itumeleng Khune situation, or let me rather say the veterans of the club. You know, trying to
Mm.
please them to keep the dressing room quiet. You almost
Mm.
felt like he was going in that direction. But the Nukovic story now, look, when it comes to transfers, Mish, it's something that you can say it's not something that is abnormal when
Mm.
if a team wants to buy a certain player and that player
Mm.
is interested going to the club to avoid creating divisions in the dressing room, you keep the
Yeah.
player away and they say the player is injured, right? So
Mm.
that's like the typical situation that we always hear. Now the
Mm.
transfer window is closed, right? And when you're saying that he's been fit, and then I'll be like, okay, he's been fit, but now the transfer window is closed. So why are they not now saying that he's good to go
Yeah.
and basically just nip it in the bud, man? You know, like just
Mm.
carry on and say, Nukovic, be a professional. You are signed to this club, so go play. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
things are being leaked and it's almost as if there's too many politics going on at Kaizer Chiefs,
Mm.
and Gavin Hunt needs to do something because he's going to lose control of this team. He's going to lose control, and if you look at the younger players might even end up looking at Gavin Hunt and be like, maybe this guy is not the leader. The senior players are the
Mm.
leaders in this team. You know, they
Yeah.
decide what's happening here. So
Mm.
Gavin Hunt needs to be the Gavin Hunt from Bidvest Vet. He needs to be the guy. If a player plays shit, he will go out and bash that player and say he played like shit. You know,
Yeah.
that's the Gavin Hunt that is needed. That we can say that if he's gotten results at Vets at Supersport, is because he was managing the way he manages. So why is he now changing?
But can it that Gavin Hunt now is that Gavin Hunt able to do something like that at such a big club? And he's never been at such a huge institution like Chiefs before. Can he even do that now? Because he has Bobby Mutaung there. He's got
But
some
you see,
influence,
that's the thing,
obviously,
Mish. The thing is, Mish.
from Kaiser Senior and Kaiser Junior. And there's a whole lot of other people we can talk about, Vina and Jabu and all these other guys who are at the club, who are managers. Um, and then
Look,
you also got the agents. You also got agents also you've got to deal with, right? There's agents also involved. So obviously the agent himself might be pushing Nukovic agent might be pushing for a move, and the club is obviously holding out for the or doesn't want to sell. So now what's going on? Is it does Nukovic want to play for Chiefs? This is my biggest worry because if he doesn't want to
look.
play for the club,
I will
he can
tell you
fuck
this.
off.
I will
Say
tell
it.
you this, Mish. I'll to the first question.
Sorry,
I
I
I
dropped the
feel
bomb there.
Gavin Hunt.
Carry on.
No, sure, I get you, but let me first start with the first one. The thing is, Mish, if Gavin Hunt wants to do what basically almost replica what he did at Supersport and Vez, then he's got the formula. He needs to go with that. Now changing it, it means that you're experimenting. So he
Hmm.
needs to get a control of that dressing room. He needs to be the one that's making decision, not playing Kaizer Chiefs politics. If you're
Hmm.
now gonna be thinking about what Kaizer Junior means, what Kaizer Senior thinks, or Bobby, or the
Hmm.
senior players, then you're not playing the game. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So
Hmm.
he must go with the approach of, you know what, I would rather do what I've been doing and what I believe in, and if I fail, then I fail knowing that I did what I wanted to do, rather than trying to please people and still
Yeah.
get fired. So
Hmm.
that does you no good, right? Especially from his reputation point of view. Look, he's been told that no, Gavin Hunt only succeeds when he's coaching smaller clubs. Now he's at a big club. If he fails, that's going to stick with him. Like, oh, Gavin is actually not a big team coach. He only coaches small clubs where expectations are low. So this is an opportunity for him to prove himself, but at the same time, he needs to go with what he knows. Now, I say this before I go to my last point. I say this. Kaizer Chiefs is the same team that was second last season.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that from being second last season to now suddenly being a bottom half team. It can't be. You still have the same personnel. So there's no way that what we see is a true reflection of what the squad is capable of. They could do more. You can see there's lack of confidence. You can see there's lack of structure. I mean, some of the mistakes that they're making defensively, I would, I don't know if I should say schoolboy mistakes or what, but how can you allow an opposition team? How can you allow an opposition team when they go out wide, you don't press the fullbacks so that they don't have the chance to look up and cross the ball? None of that is happening. A ball is being crossed. Moleko, another basic mistake. How are you not tracking the guy that's behind Matoho? Matoho can't be looking behind him to what's going on. He needs to be the one tracking that guy. So all these mistakes, and you're like, how are they making such silly defensive mistakes? You go back to Kune. With Kune, you almost go back to that whole debate that was had the game against Maritzburg, where people were bashing Okpe, saying Kune is number one.
Yeah.
And since Kune came back, he hasn't proven himself to being number one. Instead, he's a liability at the moment. And whenever Okpe is between the posts, he seems more solid than Kune. So that then almost proves Middendorp to say, actually, Middendorp was going with the right choice. Okpe is actually better than Kune. Kune is not the same as... Either it could be complacency, that he's too comfortable at Kaizer Chiefs, because he knows he's a senior player, he's a veteran there, so he commands the dressing room. I don't know if what mindset is Kune at, but in terms of his performance on the field, he doesn't deserve to be starting. Okpe should be the one starting. He definitely does a better job than Kune. Now, my last point, the Nukovic situation. Look, we've been seeing, and you can understand if Nukovic doesn't want to be at Kaizer Chiefs, because if I look at his mentality, the guy is a winner.
Yes.
The guy is a winner. He was gutted. He was gutted when you guys lost the league in the last day.
I mean, he was, and if you look at even the miss against Wits, he was the last person on the field. He broke down. He completely broke down, and then he missed that goal against Wits.
Yeah, and you look at a guy like Pitso Musimani. That guy is a winner. Whether you like him or hate him or whatever, the guy is a winner. Wherever he goes, the guy wins. He goes to Al-Ahly, flipping wins a treble. Whether you say he is not responsible for that or not, but the fact is, the guy went there, Al-Ahly won the Champions League after so long. Now, when you're Nukovic or Serino, looking at that, you're like, you know what? I want to work with that guy because I know I'm going to win, right? So it's understandable if Nukovic wants to go to a big club, by the way, biggest club in Africa, where they're dealing with US dollars.
Look, we don't know if that's real. Even we don't know if there is any truth to those rumors, right?
Sure, I'm just saying that if those rumors are true, a person shouldn't be surprised, guys, if Nukovic is approached by Al-Ahly and he's considering going there. It shouldn't be like, what? It's disrespect to the man. Look, it's his livelihood. It's his playing career.
We in December now, and the window just closed, and we can't sell or buy players. So I don't know. That's my thing. I don't know if it's actually the player or it's the club. I don't know. Does he want a better contract? Because what deal did they sign with him? Only 2 years, right? It was only a 2-year deal they signed with him. They signed him just last season. So obviously they want to renew it, but he clearly wants more money. So I don't know why
The
Chiefs
thing,
always does this thing where they miss, like we saw with George. George went to
the thing,
Sundowns because they didn't give him a good contract. Every time Pule X team, there's all these always Chiefs doesn't do things properly or by the
in,
book
yeah.
with their best players. I'm not gonna say, I mean, George was a good player and he really did some good stuff for us, but now we have the best player in the whole team. He is the I don't want to say he's the Ronaldo of the team, but this is how they would treat a Ronaldo or a Messi, and this is how you must treat this guy. He was our best player, so give him what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Why do they always do this, Chiefs?
Mm. The thing is, Nukovic is Nukovic from last yeah Nukovic from last season. He's definitely your best player. Um, and whether we speak about the Al Ahly situation, whether we speak, because the thing is, look at it from this way: if you are Nukovic at this point on, right, Kaizer Chiefs are playing like a bottom half team, right? And and the problem with that is if you are a hungry person like Nokovic, who definitely seems like a guy who wants to win something, looking at Kaizer Chiefs at the moment don't seem like a team that is going to win anything this season. Now you're looking at
Mm,
that and be like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to strong arm this team to give me a better deal, or
mm,
maybe the guy doesn't have that hunger anymore to play for Kaizer Chiefs because Kaizer Chiefs at this point on doesn't seem like an ambitious team. Um,
mm,
and look, we're speculating a lot of things here about what goes to Nokovic's mind, but we know that him coming back could be a huge boost for Kaizer Chiefs. But it's not going to fix the problems at Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs has bigger problems. You, I would agree with Tabiso when he says that there probably needs to be an overhaul of Kaizer Chiefs in terms of the old players, the Baxter squad, as you will,
yeah, definitely,
because
definitely.
because looking at the way Kaizer Chiefs is playing, even the mentality of the younger players, it's wrong. When you
Mm,
pointed out Blom doesn't seem like a confident player talking about, yeah, we're confident but not high, not like high. You already see that you're like, okay, so clearly psychologically
mm,
Kaizer Chiefs is not where it should be.
yeah.
So Gavin Hunt has a lot of work to do. I'm actually surprised that Gavin Hunt didn't start there psychologically saying, you are flipping Kaizer Chiefs. You should be
Exactly.
playing like winners. You should be
Absolutely.
confident. Instead, you got people that are low in confidence, people that are unsure, and you got
Mm,
hyenas and tigers and whatever you may call lurking around Kaizer Chiefs, all licking
yeah.
their lips and saying,
Yeah.
we're going to get some points against this team. Even a
Mm,
relegating team like Black Leopards was taking the game to you guys. You get what I
mm,
mean?
yeah.
Just hold on a second. I don't know why. There. So now it's there's no fear anymore from opposing teams. Everybody looks at Kaiser Chiefs and thinks we're going at these guys. And you know, it's one thing, Mish. If you wanna play possession football, I'm gonna paraphrase Mourinho. When you
Mm,
have the ball, you need to anticipate in an event that you lose the ball, what are you gonna do? And it doesn't seem like Kaiser Chiefs has an idea what they're gonna
mm.
do if they lose the ball
Oh, the
because
biggest problem is
the
just
counter.
keeping possession. They can't even keep possession right now. They get the ball, they keep losing. Yesterday we saw that. We were awful.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you guys come across a team that counterattacks, it's almost as if it's game over. It had Black Leopards been clinical yesterday, you guys were gonna lose the game. Even the
Mm,
goals you scored were not even just those clear cut chance created scored, and you're like,
yeah.
it's where there's a whole lot of fumbling going on, and Chiefs somehow then
Yes.
scores.
Yeah.
So there's you look at that and you're like, defensively, I'm even surprised. Gavin Hunt is a coach that is well known for being defensively solid. How that you guys are leaking so many goals baffles me. And the mistakes that the senior players are making, I don't even know what's going on in the dressing room. But if Gavin Hunt wants to be a winner, he definitely needs to outright call out players. If Kune has a below par performance, he needs to say Kune has a below par performance. He mustn't be scared of these players. He must say it. And he must punish them.
I think he's you know what's happening. It's what's happening is it's so early in his career. He as much as I don't think he's scared. I think it's so early in his Kaizer Chiefs career. He doesn't want to come off as this big villain yet, or this no nonsense already. Even though we know he's a no nonsense coach, I think the whole idea of being at such a big club at Kaizer Chiefs is already taking its toll on him, because he's scared to speak out. And yesterday, I think, was the first time he did, and we're going to see more. So I think it's coming. Yesterday was the first time we saw him speak out and not be scared, and I think we're going to see more. And there's going to be, and you know how things happen and work at Kaizer Chiefs. If you speak bad about the club or the owner, they'll get rid of you. They're thugs. I'm gonna say this. They are thugs at Kaizer Chiefs in the management, and you don't want to create these enemies. You don't want to create enemies either. So it's a weird environment to work in. That's why I think the whole Middendorp thing, it kind of worked for him, because there was already a relationship they had before at the club when he was here before, and so he came back. So it was, oh, we got this friend back. It's fine. Let him do the things. He won't do this. He won't do that. And now this Gavin Hunt is this new guy who's come in, new guy on the block at Kaizer Chiefs, at Naturena. So it's going to be really difficult for him, because there's it's almost Nukovic versus, I mean, not Nukovic, it's almost like Gavin Hunt versus himself. It's all about it's not going to be a very easy season. I think if the results don't come, it could be another Solina situation we're looking at, where by December or January Gavin Hunt is out the door. I'm really worried about this now. I'm really worried about the club. I'm really worried about what management is doing. This after last night, I was actually happy, even though we played really, really bad in the first half. I was happy with the way Gavin Hunt inspired and got the confidence of the players up, because the football was better. Even though the goals were sloppy, they showed heart, they showed hunger, they showed fight, which we hadn't seen the whole season. So I thought maybe we'll see some hunger and some fight now from this team, because something is working there. Changase came on. Maybe Changase will start now. Stash will start more games. Players will start working harder now for this bloody team. But I think after he said that comment, we just went right back down to, and all the players will hear what happened, see all the headlines, the news, and we just back to square one. Next week we're going to have a shit game against Sport United. Probably is going to score 2 goals or something, and more Gavin Hunt must go. Hashtags are not going to be trending. We are in such a bad state right now. It's not even funny. Yo, Ivan, you there?
So yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. The thing is, with I feel that if we look at the structures at clubs, top clubs, where you've got the board that you have to deal with, right? It shouldn't be something that is different to Gavin Hunt. He should be able to know that, look, he's a coach, and I'm sure he wants full control of his team. It's not going to be dictated by the management or by the chairman or whoever to tell you who plays or who doesn't play. He's the coach. He gets to decide who plays, who doesn't play. So now, what I'm saying is, I think he went in there wanting to play politics a little bit. pleasing certain people, but it's not working out.
Yeah.
He needs to go
Yeah.
for performance, like Middendorp did. As much as people would try and bash Middendorp, it seems that what Middendorp went for, Middendorp went for results. Okpe gave him results. He went for Okpe. He went for Malulega. He went for Katande. He went for people that gave him results. Simple as that. He didn't play politics. He just went to play the game. Gavin Hunt needs to do exactly that. If it means benching the Parkers, the Katandes, the Matohos, then he must do exactly that. And if management is not happy, then he should challenge them, man. Because these guys are going to sack him if he doesn't perform. So rather, like Middendorp, remember, even though management wasn't happy with the way Middendorp was playing, but they couldn't sack him because the guy was winning. They didn't have an excuse to fire him. The guy was winning. Only when he lost the league on the last day, they had reason to fire him, and they did exactly that. So for Gavin, he needs to go in there, do what he needs to do to improve the team, and wait for next season, because you can say, look, I'm not like Pirates or Sundowns where I can go and buy. So I'm working with what I've got. So I will try and get the best out of this situation and see where we end off end of the season. And then next season would be my fresh start, where I'm able to buy players that I want in this team. Now, this is the approach that I think Gavin Hunt needs to take for Kaizer Chiefs, and leave the Bobbies and and because the moment you start trying to play that game, you're not going to win. You can never please these guys, because once you lose, they're going to fire you, almost signifying that you were the problem, and they got rid of you, and now they're going to expect fans to think, oh, problems are solved.
Oh shit. Sorry, let's just wait. As we were waiting, as he was talking, Ivan just got off the line. I think he'll try and reconnect in the next few minutes, but so sorry about that. But yeah, you guys, let's go through your comments so far before, while we wait for Ivan to get back on the line. Those of you watching, thank you for watching. All 12 of you, I see. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. There's a little button there, as you can see, subscribe. Oopsie. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, subscribe. There's a subscribe button. Click it, smash it. There's more Kaizer Chiefs content coming. It's going to be a big season. Drama is happening, as you can see. So we have more fan reactions coming every moment from the games, every news moment also. Plus, hit that like button if you like Kaizer Chiefs. If you like Kaizer Chiefs, if you like Samir Nurkovic, hit the like button as well, man. Let's see some comments. We have comments. Selebojo says, guys, you're making the Samir Nukovic thing a big issue. These things happen. Fact is, Samir wants to go, so Chiefs is negotiating an improved contract for him to stay put. That does make sense. That does make sense. I hope it's that. If Samir wants to go, I think he should go, because I don't believe in keeping players who don't want to pay for the club. I mean, if you don't want to play for the club, then you must just walk out that bloody door, man. Because we want committed guys who love the badge. We want committed players who love the club. There are people like Njabulo Blom. There are people like Nobo. People like Cardozo who will die for the badge. People who like even Katsande, even though, and Kune, these guys really, really love the club. As much as some of their performances have been shit so far, they really, really want to play for Kaizer Chiefs. So yeah. Next comment, Tula Sizwe, let's see. The Chiefs' wage structure is very bad. You can't have Biliat on 800,000 rand salary and Nukovic, the best player in the team, earning not even a quarter of what Biliat earns. I really think it's about money. You're right about the wage structure. It's actually disastrous that Biliat, who was on that salary, gave us the performances that he did last season. Even though it was a really, really good season, he wasn't nowhere his best or what he can do at Sundowns. So I'm not sure I'm not sure what he was doing. I'm not sure what why Billiard's on that kind of salary, because he's not giving us. Okay, right now he's giving us some of his best, but Nukovic should be at least. If you are going to give him that, you have to either match that or give around that area, or bring down Billiard's salary. I mean, obviously that's not going to happen, but maybe even be more realistic. Like Billiard will obviously. I mean, we already know Kune earns about 500,000 or 400,000 a month. So maybe oh, okay, I see Ivan's back. Cool. I was just reading people's comments here. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, bro. Your mic, bro. I can't hear you. Ivan, I can't hear you. Your mic. Your mic's not on. Ivan. Ivan, I can't hear you. There we go. I can hear you now. I can hear you now, Ivan. Oh, that's noisy.
Can you talk?
Hello? Ivan. Okay, I'm just gonna hide you for now. Ivan. Okay, I'm gonna get off Ivan. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the Chiefs structure, wage structure needs to change. You're right.
Can you hear me now?
Let's get you back. Hold on.
Can you talk about?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Cool. You're back. We got Ivan back. Kind of getting. Let's just do last comments because we're already 32 minutes in. So the people are here. The people are watching. I was reading some of their comments. One of the good comments was, "Guys, you're making this. Let me put it on screen. Can you see it? Guys, you're making this Samir Nurkovic thing a big issue. These things happen. Fact is, Samir wants to go, so Chiefs is negotiating and
I'm back. Mish.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you. I was just reading
Sorry
the
about
comment.
the
Can you read the comment there?
connection,
No problem. No problem. Is it better now? Shite. I think we lost Ivan again. Anyway, as I was saying, Chiefs need new owners. Full stop from Zakele Mtolo. My guy. I don't think we're gonna get new owners. I don't know why people. I saw another comment also.
You
Ooh, I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, I don't think Chiefs. Okay, Ivan's gone again, but I don't think it's called Kaizer Chiefs for a reason, because Kaizer Mutaung owns the club. His family, as we know, it's a family business. He owns the family business, so that's not going to change. So I'm not going to even entertain any of that talk until Kaizer dies. Then we can only start talking. But we know Bobby's going to take over, or maybe Kaizer Jr. will take over. But yeah, anyway, Gavin Hunt. Oh, Silavovo says Gavin Hunt's team start bad, guys. You know, this used to start the league bad and finish on a high the end of the season. Let's be patient. I'm waiting for the second round of the league. I hope so. I hope and I pray and I wish for that as well. That Gavin Hunt starts bad and finishes high. We need that actually. That's the best thing that can happen to us right now. That's actually what we need. I don't know what's happened to Ivan here. I'm just gonna do that for now. Wait for him. Next comment. Gavin Hunt continues to play from Prince. Gavin Hunt continues to play underperforming players. I don't see Chiefs improving as a result. Still more draws and losses to come, and we as Amakhosi faithful will continue hurting. Sure. That's true. They don't. I mean, the thing is, it's there is potential in this team. Definitely, from last night we saw that. So the wins will start coming if we keep playing like the way we played. But yeah, let's see. Ivan, are you back? I see you.
Yeah. So sorry about the connection. I think it's because I'm not home, so the network keeps coming and going.
Okay,
But
no problem.
I
Okay,
will,
we
I
have
will, I
about
will,
five
I will
minutes
first
left.
touch
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I will touch on the few comments that I saw there. There's a guy who mentioned that Gavin Hunt always starts slow but ends strongly the season.
Yeah,
But he doesn't
that one.
start the way Chiefs is starting. And remember, Kaizer Chiefs. Look, remember now there's new expectations. There's 4 CAF spots, and if Kaizer Chiefs continues playing the way they do, that means they're not going to qualify for those CAF positions, and that should be a huge disappointment for a club such as Kaizer Chiefs. You guys should be in the top
Yeah,
4 standard. So
yeah,
you can understand Gavin Hunt building, and we didn't. I didn't expect Gavin to win the league this season, but the way things are going now, it's going to become difficult for teams to respect Kaizer Chiefs because now they're going to look at Chiefs and think they're there for the taking. And that's not what you want as a club. You need that fear
yeah,
factor. It plays
yeah.
into your hands as a team. And Kaizer Chiefs at the moment don't have that. The Nukovic
Sure.
situation, I don't think, yes, whatever's happening is normal, like in football. I mean, we know when players want to leave or when clubs are interested in a player, things happen. And especially if it's your top player, there's bound to be people that are not going to be pleased by that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can imagine the time. You remember the time when Kaizer Chiefs went out with a statement saying Nukovic is not for sale because they understood that he's the best player. The moment you sell your best player, it tells the the supporters your intention. So you don't want that.
Oh, okay, I'm losing Ivan again.
So,
I'm losing you, bro.
but let's see what happens. But one thing I know is that look, he's a huge player, yeah? And him coming back could be a huge bonus for Kaizer Chiefs and potentially improving their current performances because you guys are not scoring, but your biggest problem is that you're conceding a lot of goals. Once you sort that one out, then you can start talking about goals. But the senior player situation, Kevin needs to deal with it. And by dealing with it, if you play bad, I'm going to bench you. You with the senior players.
Yeah.
Or can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, thanks, Ivan. That's yeah, I got you. I
So
heard you. I
that's
heard
what Kevin needs to do.
Yeah, he needs to deal with them. Absolutely, man. Brother, man, thank you so much for joining us here. We've discussed this in length. Let's see how the story unfolds. It's going to be drama. I think it's going to affect the dressing room. It's going to affect Gavin Hunt himself. It's going to affect because there's going to be a few meetings. I'm sure we're not playing this weekend, so he has some time to discuss things with management. He has, and Samir himself has to like sort his stuff out with his agent. He needs to sort out things with management, and hopefully, if we get everything comes right and gets on this, everyone gets on the same page because we really don't. This is the last thing we needed in our season. It's just gonna get worse if this continues. So I hope Samir wants to play for Kaizer Chiefs, and it's just a wage issue, as some of the guys are saying. He probably wants the same salary as some of the higher end players. But yeah, hey man, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, guys, subscribe to Amakhosi for live. There's a little button there. Hit that red button, subscribe button, and like our videos for more Kaizer Chiefs content. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Ivan's channel, Football Stalkers.
All right, man.
They're at youtube.com/Football Stalkers. Am I right? Am I right? Sit you with the doo-doo. Duduzane. The Duduzane. Okay, you can't hear me. Shit. But yeah. So you can subscribe to Football Stalkers. Just Google and search for Football Stalkers on YouTube. You can find them here and also at Football Stalkers, right? On Instagram and on Twitter.
Yeah, it's Football Stalkers, one word.
Okay, cool, brother. Thank you so much. And you can subscribe to their channel and like their videos. There's some nice content coming through from Footy
At
Twitter games
Football
last week.
Stalkers, one word.
At Football Stalkers, yeah. And also check that channel out for the Footy Twitter games. They were there last week, getting some good videos. We were there as well. So you can watch it. We have more videos coming up this weekend also from the Footy Twitter games. So thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. And you can check us out also on Instagram and Twitter at Amakhosi for live. Thank you, brother. Thanks, Ivan. Sure, brother. Amakhosi for live. We'll speak to you soon again.
Yeah.
Peace, brother. Thanks, man. And thanks to everyone watching.
Yes,
thanks for your comments.
At Football Stalkers.
Cool. Thanks, man.